Hey guys, in today's video we are going to talk about motivation and what to do when you're finding it lacking. Stay tuned. All right, so I've talked about kind of activating or enhancing your motivation in my Be Like Mike video, but I've been thinking about it in a different way today or in the last few days. So I found myself feeling sort of demotivated the last 2 or 3 days. And I mean, the major reason had to do with just struggles I've had with my novel. But there was also just the feeling of there was no content project I was super excited about. And like, there wasn't just this amazing content pouring out of me the way that it has been for the last few months. And I realized that it wasn't like the well had gone dry. It was just, I needed kind of a motivational revamp. And there's kind of two ways I think about reactivating motivation. So one of them you can think is the bottom up way. And maybe you've had this experience, like in times of overwhelm or high anxiety, I found that, just doing some small task that feels like an achievement. Jordan Peterson will talk about cleaning your room, or David Allen about organizing your desk. But those things can really kind of get you out of stasis. And so I'm big on that. But in this case, there's also like a top down approach to motivation. And I had the good fortune of encountering my friend Tal Savani from ARI talking about the way in which, when you're caught in sort of these moments of like feeling lost and unmotivated, reminding yourself of your vision and your plan. And obviously this is a lot easier if you've already worked out a vision, but the idea is that, like, we are stirred to action because we have a vision of a future that we want, and that to really crystallize this, direct this, and connect it to our actions today, we need a plan that we believe will lead us to that vision. And so, I mean, essentially what I did was just sit down and remind myself of sort of my vision, both what I want to achieve existentially, like in terms of the impact I want in the world, which is a lot more effective advocates of objectivism and of liberty, and then remind myself or improve or adapt the plan to actually get there. And what I found was, just by going through this brief exercise, and it took like 15 or 20 minutes, then that really helped. And then after that point, having the next action. So what is the small step that puts me on that path, or that makes progress towards that path? Like, all of that just made a huge difference. And by the end of the day, I had released this video on my series where I'm going to go through Leonard Peikoff's book, Objectivism, the Philosophy of Ayn Rand, section by section, which was something that was already exciting to me, but now connecting it to this larger vision and then making progress on it. Whereas I was kind of planning that maybe I would do it in a week or two. It just led to me waking up with a completely different attitude. And usually the best way I can tell sort of like my levels of motivation is, when do I wake up? So, if I'm feeling super motivated, like today, the alarm goes off at 4:30 and I'm out of bed at 4:30. And, the more that I ignore that or hit the snooze button or something, maybe I just stayed up late, which I don't really tend to do. More likely it's that I don't have something I'm super looking forward to during that day. And so I definitely encourage people, like, really pay attention to your motivation levels and then think about the top down and bottom up things you can do to reawaken it. Like I said, it's harder if you don't actually have your long range vision already established. And that's probably something that would be worth talking about in a future video. But if you do, you can definitely still have periods where that loses reality to you. It loses emotional reality. And so you want to reactivate that by painting that picture again, having a causal series of steps that you, at least at this point in time, hypothesize will lead to it, and then taking an actual concrete action in that direction. So give that a try. Let me know what you think, and we will talk next time.